If you have a will, you have a trust, you have some sort of estate planning in place, great. That's better than about 50% of the population who don't have anything in place. So that's the good news. The bad news is you're going to have to continue updating it, right? It's not something that you just do once and you're done. You sit back and you never have to look at it or do anything with it again. Sort of like going to the gym, right? You go one time, you got to keep going to get the results that you're after. Same thing here with your estate plan. What we're really looking at now, you might not have to update it every single year. Most people don't, but what we look at are what's called major life events. So some of the most common ones that we see are maybe you get married, right? When you did the will, you were single, now you're married. And so obviously things are going to change under the law, depending on your state that you're in. The spouse is probably going to be entitled to something anyways, even if your previous will said, I'm leaving everything to my sister. Now that you're married, the spouse is still probably going to be entitled to something, but you do want to probably update your documents to reflect that, because there's some tax benefits and some other reasons why you want to update your plan once you become married. Now you get divorced, right? Again, another reason why you might want to update it. Most people do not want to leave things to their ex. So you want to make sure that your estate plan is updated to reflect that, to reflect those changes. You might have put your spouse as the person who's in charge of making medical decisions for you. Again, most people probably don't want their spouse at the hospital with them making their ex making medical decisions for them. So it's something you want to look at. There might be a birth, right? Maybe you've had a new child, or a niece, nephew, something, and now you want to provide for them in your estate plan. So again, that's a good reason, a reason why you might want to look at it and update some things. Maybe somebody's passed away, right? Maybe you listed your parents as the legal guardians of your children. If something were to happen to you, they've passed away, so you need to update that. Or maybe you listed somebody who was going to be your trustee, someone as your executor, the person who's in charge of administering your affairs, making sure everything happens. They've passed away. Again, another reason, why we might want to update things. Maybe you're sick. There's, illness is you've got something. You're sick. You might need to update it, right? There's might be some changes that you need to make to the estate plan as you get a little bit older and the end date looks a little bit more near. Or retirement, right? Now you're retired, income situations are looking a bit different. There might be some reasons why you need to do some supplemental work, like a Medicaid trust, Medicaid planning, something like that, because you want to make sure that you qualify for Medicaid if the time comes. So generally, we tell most of our clients we do reviews every 3 years with them. Again, you might need something sooner if you get married within that three-year window, but it's not something. So just moral of the story is it's not something you just do one time, set it, forget it, and that's it. You want to be working with somebody who's going to review it. Just go in kind of like you do an annual physical. Probably doesn't have to be every single year, but every couple of years at least, just to sit down with your attorney, your professional, and make sure, hey, these things have changed. Maybe there's been changes in the tax law that's going to affect things, and so now you need to update your documents to affect that, or maybe to reflect that, or maybe your income has increased significantly. Maybe you receive some sort of inheritance that might affect your estate planning. So take a look at these. Don't just put it in the closet or in the shelf in the safe and don't look at it. Every couple of years you want to take a look at it, and if there's any of these major life events, make sure that you're updating your documents.